Okay, we're going to be reviewing Wayne Theibaud's drawing technique. Here are a few examples of what we saw of his paintings and drawings. So you can see there are different ways to create a shadow within your art. Hatching, which is just going in one direction. You can see it here in his art. If you follow the arrow, you can see it here in his shadows. And you can see it here within the actual pie. Again, it's a shadow of the pie. Cross-hatching is going two different directions, diagonal and diagonal. So you can see cross-hatching is in this shadow. It's all hatching, and then cross-shadowing more in this side. The cross-shadowing, if you can see, can give you a darker shadow than the other. So it doesn't really, there's all those different type of directions you can actually take your hatching and cross-hatching. I mean, 7 directions, 6 directions, 5, 4, 3, 2. So at the bottom, we're going to practice this. This is your scale of light to dark. This is so light that there's nothing there. So in these boxes, it's actually going to be blank, nothing. This second block, you want to make it a tad bit. So you've got to use the pressure of your pencil. So what you're going to do, let me zoom in, is hatching, because you're going to stay blank. You're just going to lightly, you can barely see it. Then I'm going to go a little bit heavier, push a little bit harder. Okay, it gets a little bit darker. It's a little bit darker. So I'm going to push harder on my pencil. And this needs to be the darkest. So you can see I've used my hatching, which is going one direction, and I don't care if you go left to right or right to left, to create the lightest, which is nothing, to the darkest. Cross-hatching, so again, this is blank. Nothing's there. So I'm going to use my lightest pencil to create it in one direction, and then I'm going to go the other direction. Push a little harder. 2 directions. Again, a little harder. A little harder. Again, I should be able to tell a gradient light to dark, and then scribble just what it says. So that's just practicing the different way to use your pencil lines to create a shade within your drawing. Once we finish this, we're going to flip it over to the other side. This is called Vanishing Point. So the books, you can see that this is the the edge of the book, and it's laying flat. So the vanishing point is where these 2 lines take you. Let's see if I can use something with it so you can see it. Okay, I'm going to switch so you can see. So if I take the edge of this book, and when they meet each other, that is your vanishing point. That is where your eye is drawn to. So if I turn the angle of my book or the angle of my camera different, it may change the vanishing point. It's a little bit higher than this one. Again, follow the edge. And technically, this vanishing point is off the page, which sometimes it does happen. So you can see the 3 angles of the book create a different way that your eye is going to be drawn. So if you have a multiple stacks of books, you're not going to look at the first 2. You're going to look at the top, follow the edge of the book, and there's your vanishing point. Again, different angle of the camera. Technically, the vanishing point is farther off. So you're going to use your pencil to follow those lines just like I showed you to create the vanishing point. Again, if it's off the page, your lines will be off. But there's what you're going to do with your vanishing point and your pencil to show your Wayne Theibaud skills. So today we worked on those 2. Then we're going to flip, if we have time, to the front, and we'll go over our planning sketch, watching a video about how to draw not a cake, but a slice.